As you maybe know, Russia recently blocked Facebook, which led to me going to Russian version of Facebook, Vkontakte, and looking what's going on over there. And as pretty much every time when you go to a platform that you haven't used for a pretty long time, you look through your old messages. And you cringe. The way I wrote about something, the way I shared information, the way I shared my thoughts, it is so different to me right now that it's almost as if my previous myself was a completely different person. And that's basically what I want to talk about today. About our past, about what changed in me in comparison to me like 13 years ago or something like that. And what am I right now? A little bit about that. More about that in a moment. But obviously before we begin, I have to tell you that this is Yury Experience, and here I share my various experiences about different topics. I do 2 videos per week, Mondays and Thursdays. If you will enjoy this video, please drop a like. You can also subscribe to the channel. Let's go. Internet changed over the last decade. I also changed over the last decade. And when I now watch upon my cryptic messages on my post, on my wall in Kontakte, I'm thinking like, what was I thinking at that moment? Why did I post it like that? Why did I write it like that? Why is there just a post with one word, like happiness, or smile, or like, I don't know, success? What does it mean? What did I mean by that? I tried to be so cryptic and deep, and I don't know why. I think because I didn't really know how to deal with my emotions, and that time I didn't know how to share my words properly with like big amounts of people, and I also didn't want to write some specific people, so I wrote this stuff on the wall. I wrote this stuff somewhere where everybody can see it, and maybe that person could see it too and relate to that too, and to write me in personal messages, and then I basically slide it in that person's DMs. But to be honest with you, my DMs were also a little bit strange. Like as I probably you also know, 10 years ago you were a little bit but a different person, and 10 years ago I was 18. And you know what people, like how people think when they're 18. People think differently. People think, I don't know, it's just I was a different person. I don't say that I was completely different person, but I was pretty much a little bit but still different person. A lot of stuff changed since that time. For example, my values changed. What I find important changed throughout this decade. There were times where I valued, for example, computer games over personal relationships because of my relationship with computer games. But there were also times where I valued some specific personal relationships more than my relationships with my family or my relationships with my and all of that was different when I was 13, that was different when I was 18, when I was 25, and when I am right now 28. I'm pretty sure that when I will be 30, my values will again change. Maybe even slightly, a little bit, but they will change. Except, and that's probably due to the fact that I live in a different language that I lived at that moment, and my current language is not my mother tongue, I write and use words differently than I did it at that time, that I did it a decade ago. I learned a little bit, I'm not perfect at it, to use better words for better descriptions of different situations. I tried to use broader vocabulary. I'm still not good at pronouncing everything, but I do my best. I also became more clear with my choice of words, more clear with my sentences, which is again completely normal if we compare some 18 and 28-year-old person. But it is still something that is interesting and worth thinking about in my personal opinion. And except for that, what do I share with whom changed like really radically, and not how you expect, since I was 18. When I was 18, or actually when I was 15, I was more introvert kind of person. I didn't really like to have different conversations with various people about my personal life, about different kinds of my life. And now I pretty much don't have a lot of secrets. I have like 1 or 2 secrets that I will that I did share with a hell lot of people, and with some of them I don't have some deep relationship or deep connection. I became pretty open about pretty much everything in my life. I'm not a person who will come at you and just throw at you with different facts about my life as long as you don't ask about it. But if you ask about something, I will probably tell you. I will probably tell you what I think about that, or what kind of relationship I have with some specific person, or what problems do I have. It became like way of thinking for me. It became easier for me to just tell everything or pretty much everything, so I don't need to think what did I decided not to say last time, what did I decided to share with this person, and what secrets do I have from other people. I don't have to think whether this information will go from this person to another person, whether other people spread rumors about me, because I tell everybody pretty much the same stuff. Obviously, there are rumors about me, there will be rumors about me, and people will always try to share some information about me behind my back. But what these rumors are based on, that will not change. Because everybody will get pretty much the same information. Maybe amount of information will be different, but it also depends highly on how many questions do I get. What kind of interest do you have? What kind of information you try to get out of me. As we all know, change is a normal part of life. It is something that happened to pretty much everybody, not to everybody, but to most of us. And we are not the same as we were a year ago, 2 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, or maybe we are not same as we were 1 week ago. If we will think about coronavirus situation and whole isolation that we lived through during different months of recent years, a lot of people changed. A lot of people's way of thinking changed. What do we value? What kind of relationships do we find important changed thanks to Corona. Not by all of us, but by a lot of us. Some of the people were so extrovert kind of people that they couldn't sit down for a second, and after Corona they are sitting calmly and just don't do it anymore. They don't act like they did prior to that moment, prior to Corona, which is not bad. It is just a part of life. Change is a part of life, and I probably will not be the same in 1 year, but you probably will not be completely the same in 1 year too. There are some things that will remain, and there are some things that will change. And the best thing we could hope is that we will not cringe about our right now in 2 years or 3 years, but you will probably cringe about yourself in 10 years. There's no way to protect yourself from that. It's just how life works, kinda. That's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the video. If it is the case, please drop a like. You can also subscribe to the channel. You can also leave a comment. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Do your best. Have a great week. I see you on Thursday.